Hi everyone. I thought tonight I would go back kind of to a first of how everything of this started for me, which was just posting a video diary, which was a scream for help, honestly. I've become an overflowing volcano of passion and positivity lately, but that doesn't mean that I don't still deal with the daily, everyday things that I do. And some people know, not everybody. I don't blast it out there, but nighttime is a very difficult time for me now. I don't know if it has anything to do with being attacked at night or not, but the moment the sun sets, I start to feel the flood. I start to feel the anxiety, the anger, the confusion, and then number one, and this is what I want to talk about the most tonight, is the isolation. This isolation that comes with having a brain injury, it is unlike anything. I mean, I thought I felt isolated before when I was just a person with Tourette's and a few maybe screws loose. I had no idea. You are not just trapped at the bottom of a well that goes to the center of the earth where it's hot and there's pressure. You're not just trapped at the bottom of that well, but that well is also on a deserted island in the middle of an ocean with nothing in sight. That's the isolation that you feel. And in that isolation comes a lot of confusion. As a normal person, when you feel that isolation, that depression, it's rough. Because you're the only voice you have to listen to. And it can drive people insane. It's rough. I was depressed. I had depression long before I ever had a brain injury. And it was horrible. But now, you're stuck with your voice, your conscious now voice that lives inside of you. And then you're stuck with the thousands of screaming, crazy people, each one of them wanting you to do something different. Some of them making some sense, some of them making no sense. So, I mean, it sounds like an oxymoron and it makes no sense. You're not alone. You got thousands with you. But not one of them is listening to you. Each one of them is just a shadow. But they're a shadow that can scream as loud as thunder. You can move through them. You can move past them. They can take you over. But they're just shadows. You're still alone. And that's why sometimes you hear that term, the isolation can be deafening. Well, when you have a brain injury, that filter that people talk about, that filter that we try so hard to hide or to manage for everybody else so that we don't say the wrong things, that filter's still broken inside. And inside, this isolation, this managing of 1,000 screaming maniacs, it starts from the moment we wake up to the moment we're finally able to fall asleep. And it is isolating. We're the only ones we know doing it. We're the only ones we know feeling this way. We're the only ones that can speak about it and have nobody understand anything we say. We're speaking the same language. And it seems to us like we're making our point across pretty clear. But for some reason, a lot of people around us don't understand. And I know exactly why you can't understand. You can't understand because you've never been through it. You've never felt it, you've never done it, you don't know what it is. And you don't want to know what it is. So yeah, I'm in the middle of that right now. Feeling a little bit better. I mean, I know I'm just talking to a little electronic rectangle right now. But I know it's going to go out to you guys that do understand. And we're still on an island. The only difference is we're on the island together. It's almost a little bit like Lost. You know, anybody that watched that show. It's like 3 weeks ago. This old page, we crashed here. And everybody was still really confused. But things started making sense a little bit as we got a little bit of traction. And the problem is, even as we start to figure things out, there's still going to be smoke monsters. There's still going to be Dharma initiatives. There's still going to be unexplainable, crazy things that happen. But we do have each other. And we are on an island. And the rest of the world doesn't seem to know that we're here. But we do have each other and we can survive. And unlike the horrible ending for that show, I think together we can get off this island. And yeah, so I'm going to go try to feel even better. Anyways, have a nice night, everybody.